Welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing a tag and I do want to do this so long, and I'm so happy that I can now. And we're doing a makeup tag, and if you want to see what are the questions, how I will answer, then keep on watching. This tag was created by Linda by Glitter Fallout. I will link her channel, everything down below. I saw it on Angeschkas channel, and I have to say I was so intrigued. And yes, again, I will tell. Listen, I have a little bit of an obsession with Angeschka. I love her looks, I love her channel, so I will link her down below as well, and this video in particular. I just saw the hashtags or the tag video, makeup tag video on her channel, and I was quite intrigued, and now we're doing this, so let's keep rolling. There are 9 questions, which do have to say that is a little bit, I would have loved to have 10, because my little monk is like giving me 10, but this one is not. So we're doing that. By the way, yes, I am back in my makeup room. I was so happy to do that. And now we're doing this one. This, by the way, makeup look will be live later or before this video. So either way, I will link it down below. Let's start with the first question though. And the first question is, what first made you interested in makeup? And I have to say, if you would have asked me like years ago, 2-3 years, I would have given you a totally different answer than maybe today, like maybe Colorful Me today. But I think like first interest was just, I wasn't particularly interested in makeup at first. I was like, oh well, I do love shiny lips and mine are quite dry and ugly. So I was putting on like a little bit of gloss. And then it spiraled to whatever this is here. But listen, I think I wanted to look prettier, to be honest. I thought I always would be an ugly duckling. I was not feeling myself. I was quite insecure about myself. I was always a little bit shy. I still am, so don't let this think that I am super, I go to people. Don't let this think that I am super like outgoing, that I have a lot of friends or whatever. It's not that. I'm quite shy, and I feel like I wanted to look prettier. And I was starting quite neutral, like it's always the case. I like that, and from the neutral looks, I got into colorful looks and shiny things and glittery things, and now I'm here. Well, that spiraled a little bit here. This second question is, what was the first makeup you ever remembered applying? And I have to say, I have to go with lip gloss. I just loved lip gloss. I know when I started makeup, I was in my early 20s, late teens. I was quite old for like the teen years. I was always proud girl that I was like, no, I don't need makeup. And then at some point I was like, maybe I should put on makeup. And so I was like, I think my mother always wanted me to put on makeup, so I looked a little bit prettier because it was time. Not against my mother here, but I was like always like, nah, I don't want to do that. Somebody needs to like me for who I am. And at some point I was just spiraling, and I think the first makeup product I ever used was gloss, because I have dry lips. Chapstick and gloss. Those were the things I always used, even when I was really young. I feel like later there were mascara involved, a little bit of blush. I know I had this blush from Essence, which was Adorable, if I'm not mistaken. Like the color was called Adorable. I was using that up and down, and then a little bit of like eyeshadow, but just way later. So I think the first product I remember using or applying, definitely lip gloss. The third question is, who was the first makeup YouTuber you remember watching? And I have to say that was Panicola. I will link her channel. I don't even know, I can't remember, to be honest, how I got there. I was just watching YouTube without using, like watching YouTube. I think I saw her in one of like a web browser ad or something, and she did some cool stuff. And I was like, ooh, who's that? And then I was like spiraling down her videos after like remembering her and like watching her. And then I watched her quite a long time till I think she disappeared from YouTube. I think she took a pause between like several years, I think 5 years, 6 years. She was quite active, I think 2 or 3 years ago, and then she just disappeared again, I feel like. And I just liked her style. She did quite colorful makeup then. I was not into that at that point, but I loved her. She was so cool. She always, because she was British, or is British still, I think, she will always say blush brush. But I was like, oh my god, I love it. It was so fun, and I loved her things. And I think she was also the first one that influenced me, because I do wanted to get, I think she had a Valentine's tutorial, and she had this, I think, bourgeois lip gloss that has a little brush on the top. And I was searching for that so badly. And we didn't have that, of course, in Germany, because Bourjois is a French brand, if I'm not mistaken, and we didn't have that at the time here in Germany. You can now buy it, but that time, nope. And so I loved her. And like I said, when she fizzled down, or she wasn't active anymore on YouTube, I changed into German YouTubers, and that went quite well till a certain point, because I feel like German YouTubers at some point are changing from makeup to sports or lifestyle. I'm not into that, like, guys, I'm not into that. And then I came to Jaclyn Hill, and yeah, well, now I love Angeschka. The fourth question is, who was your first true makeup muse? Who is or are your current makeup muses? I feel like my really first muse was Jaclyn Hill. I feel like after watching her videos, I wanted to be like her. She was in her early 20s. She's a little bit younger than me, and she was quite into color. I was not. I was into neutrals. So I still loved her looks, and I still loved her makeup. So I watched her, and it was so much fun. And I think like she was, back then in her 20s, she was a quite quirky kind of girl. She was like having a lot of fun. She was so pretty, still is though. And yeah, I just loved her a lot. I think after watching her, I was way more into like makeup than before. And at the moment, to be honest, Angeschka still, she's such a gorgeous girl. I absolutely love her. I love her content. I watch her regularly. I feel like she is inspiring me to be a little bit more colorful, a little bit more fun. Again, it is kind of funny, to be honest, when Jaclyn was in her 20s, she was into color, and now she's more into neutrals, and I was more into neutrals back then, and I'm now more into colors, which is kind of fun, I feel like. And so for me, Angeschka is way more of a muse at the moment. I do love her style and her videos, and if she's doing a look, I absolutely want to copy that or do something similar. I find Kaleidos, which is my absolute favorite brand, through Angeschka. So yeah, she's at the moment my absolute muse. The fifth question is a question about the first product, high-end product I bought, and I think that was the Urban Decay Naked Foundation. I was not a fan at all of high-end makeup. I was like, listen, you don't need to spend that much money on high-end makeup. We do have drugstore makeup, and drugstore makeup is the same. It's super affordable. It is like, what could you do differently from like the eyeshadow palette standpoint that you can't do in the drugstore as well? Or like, that's what I thought back then. So yes, it was kind of fun. I was at a counter where they you know, offered Urban Decay, and I had never tried Urban Decay before because I was like, hell not, those prices, I'm out again. But the problem was still the drugstore didn't have my shade. And I am quite pale, if you can't tell. And so for me, that was always a problem because drugstore doesn't have light enough shades for foundation. And so I went to that counter and I was like, okay, listen, give me whatever foundation you have that may fit. And she fitted me quite well. And well, yeah, I think that was the first high-end purchase I ever made, like a high-end foundation, or a higher-end foundation, if you will. Number 6 is a quite interesting one, and it's what was the first makeup purchase you waited and bought the second it was released? Listen, I was obsessed with Jaclyn Hill at the time. Of course it was several products from Jaclyn Hill, to be exact. I bought, I think the first ever palette she released was with Morphe. And I mean the palette that she just collected out of Morphe shadows that she just liked and not that she created herself. And that was like the first ever purchase. I think it was in, New Year's, if I'm not mistaken. At least for me it was New Year's. I was like at my boyfriend's, now husband, and I was like in the middle of the night, like, or at least in the morning hours, I think. I was like, oh my god, I need to have that palette. And of course I bought it. I had it still, I think, last year. Then I was like throwing it out because it was so old and I never used it. Yeah, that was the first one. And then again, the other collaboration with Becca, where she had like those eyeshadow palettes, and I think the face palettes with the blushes as well as the highlighters. That one as well I quite purchased quite literally the moment it was released. I don't have any of those products anymore, just so you know. This one will be funny. Number 7 is, what was the first time you had your makeup done by someone else? Did you like it? The very first time my dad did my makeup. Listen, I was young, I think 13, 14 years, and like I said, I never wore makeup. I was not into that. I was like, nope. I will say if there was a special occasion, I would do makeup. And at some point my mother said, oh, let's do the makeup. And I was like, oh, let's have fun with it. And my dad was like, oh, can I do your makeup? And I was like, try it. And he did. I kid you not. He did pick the bluest eyeshadow my mom had, which was kind of fun that she had blue eyeshadow. I never saw her wear blue eyeshadow, but he picked blue eyeshadow all over the lid, and then he picked a red lipstick. Maybe I should do a video about that, just having fun with blue and red, but at that time, I looked like a hooker. Don't know if it was just because I was 13 or 14, but I did look like a hooker, literally. And I told him that I looked like a hooker. I was like, I'm not going out with that. I am not going outside. I look like a hooker. I'm not doing that. I was out. Listen, he was so proud of the look. I didn't like it at all. Today I would think differently. Maybe not the combination of the red lipstick and the blue eyes, but if you want to see a recreation of that look, a better maybe version, write it down in the comments. But yeah, that was the first time someone did my makeup. It was kind of fun. I love my dad. He's an amazing guy. And it was kind of fun. I wouldn't have gone out with that look at all, ever. But I think he did a great job at the time. And I think also, I mean, it was the early 90s. So, I mean, it was appropriate, I would say. But yeah, I think, listen, not a lot of people did my makeup after that. I think my sister-in-law did it once, and that's it. Even for my wedding day, I did my own makeup. So I would love to have someone do my makeup. Like really, if you're a friend of mine, do my makeup. I would love to see that. So the next question is, what is the makeup product you own that should be the first one throwing out in declutter, but you just can't do it? and I brought it here, and it is this lipstick. This is the YSL lipstick. I don't even know. It's the Rouge Pour Couture Vernis de Lèvres 205. It is like a stain, I would say. It is a pink stain. I bought this for my wedding, and this was 6 years ago. And I bought this one and a red one, which I used up. I love that shade. And I bought this because I was like, okay, a stain is a great decision. I didn't even know 6 years ago what a stain really was. You know, I thought that this one would be long lasting, and sure it was. And I did like it quite a bit. I have, you know, not quite worn it a lot of the times. I was, again, more drawn to the reddish shade. And this one is a pinky shade. And to be honest, I would have thrown that out, wouldn't it be for my wedding lipstick. And I saw like Jessica Brown, Gem Beauty here, I will link her channel down below. She married before me, and she had her lipstick that she wore on her wedding day. And she was like, she's never throwing that out because it has so sentimental value for her. And I was like, listen, that would be interesting. I would have loved that too. And so I thought, okay, you will not throw this out because it is your wedding lipstick. And I feel like I want to show that maybe someday, you know, to my kids or grandkids or nieces and nephews, and, you know, tell them that this is the lipstick I wore on my wedding day. I wish that I did that for my very first eyeshadow palette, but it's not. So this is the only memorabilia I own in my whole collection. Normally I'm not that sentimental about anything. So yeah, this is the only product I have with a sentimental value in my collection. And last question, again, number 9, we could have done 10, is what is the first thing someone should know about makeup? There are so many things I think you should know when you start with makeup. And I think for me particular, I feel like the first thing you should know is that makeup should be fun. Makeup should be like fun, and it doesn't matter if you know, if somebody else don't like it, but you love it, do it. Again, it's just, there is so much value, I feel like, in those. I feel like there's so much valuable lessons you could learn from makeup, like practice makes perfect, or other things. But I feel like it should be fun. It should be fun. I should love the makeup looks I'm doing. And even if somebody says it's too much, it's too colorful, it is too neutral even, I think if I love it, it doesn't matter. And I feel like that is something I do love, and I feel like that's what I stand here in particular to tell you, that if you love your makeup the way you do it and somebody doesn't like it, so what? You know, it's you that should love it. And even if it's not the perfect makeup, I mean, you can wash it off at the end of the day and just do another look the next day. You know, it's just so fun. I feel like sometimes I'm just like a nice and a pretty girl. Sometimes I am colorful and fun. Sometimes I am grungy. I'm wearing a black lipstick. You know, I feel like I can change my mood and change my personality itself, at least looks wise, every single day. And I wouldn't feel bad about it because I have fun. You know, today I'm more of a like neutral leaning girl, you know, and tomorrow I may do a blue eyeshadow look, and the next day I maybe do a black eyeshadow smoky eye and with black lips, and that will be also really pretty, you know. I just love it. I just feel like makeup should be fun. And like I said, if it's not, like, maybe if you say, okay, that was good, but tomorrow I maybe be someone else, be it. You know, it's just fun. It is makeup. It washes off at the end of the day. So even if you maybe tried something new, and it was fun to try something new, but the makeup look wasn't so good, do it the next day. You know, it's fun, it's makeup, you can wash it off. This tag was so much fun. I absolutely loved it. I wanted to do this so long because I love the tags, but sometimes there are questions that are a little bit difficult for me to answer because I'm just quite new on YouTube, but I feel like this one is a beautiful tag that everyone can use, and it doesn't matter how long you're on YouTube or Instagram or TikTok. It's just about what you liked about makeup or not. So I love the tag. Thanks for Linda doing that and Angeschka for showing me that. And yeah, if you want to tag along, well, that was great, telling you. If you want to tag along, please tag me in your video, and Angeschka and Linda, again, I will link all the channels down below. And yeah, please do it yourself if it is on YouTube or TikTok or Instagram. I would love to see that. Again, try to link me or send me a link or something about it. I would love to see it and respond to your answers. I absolutely loved it. I hope you did it well. If you're not already, please subscribe to this channel. I upload a lot of things and you have fun videos planned in the future. So if you want to see that, then tag along and subscribe to my channel. And I would really appreciate if you be part of this small and dainty family. So if you want to do that, please do so. And I wish you a beautiful week, and we see us in my next video. Bye guys.